welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanne, and today we are doing something a little different. My pen pal Deb sent me this package. She has put together some junk journal kits, and she asked me if I would show the kit to you guys and show you how I made mine. I will leave all the information you need linked in the description box below where you can purchase this one. I know there's only a handful, so hopefully if you want to get one, you can. But I thought it would be a cool thing to do. I have not made a junk journal officially before in this style. I think it's a great beginner's thing if you just want to try it out. So I am going to open the kit with you. We're going to look at what's inside. And, yeah, it came wrapped in this beautiful paper, which I cannot wait to use in the journal itself. I am doing a voiceover because the audio wasn't that great, so if my hand motions do not match my voice, that is why, but it's only for the first 5 minutes or so. So, bear with me, but let's get into it. It was wrapped gorgeously in this beautiful tissue paper, and like I said, I can't wait to use that itself in the journal. I love when you can use the packaging of whatever you're getting in the creation that you're making, or in a creative way at all. So let's take a look at what's inside. She does have everything that's in the kit listed, so if you want a specific breakdown, I'll leave the link where you can check that out. But there are these two clear pockets. There are paper clips throughout. You get a butterfly, 2 buttons, and 2, I believe they're called head pins, but don't quote me on it. They're like bulb safety pins. There's this gorgeous napkin. There is a bag of ephemera, but I set that aside. She has pre-cut the cover for you, so that is the page in the back, and then all the pages are clipped together. So she gives you, I believe it's about 4 or 5 pages. They're pre-cut, like I said. This is for our standard-sized traveler's notebook. She's folded them for you, so very easy, especially if you're a beginner, to put this all together. Or if you wanted to throw one together for a quick gift, I think that would be cool too. And then this one is the cover because it's cut a little wider, just a smidge than the rest of it, so that all the pages fit inside without overhang, which is awesome. Then she has wrapped all the scraps from cutting the pages with some beautiful twine and stuff that comes with the kit. So there's another paper clip, which I am just taking off there. But like I said, you get all of her cut-off scraps, which is a lot. They're perfect for making pockets and stuff like that. So you get the green and brown twine, and there is quite a bit of it. You get a piece of lace, the pink lace, and a piece of the white lace. I don't know if everything is exactly the same in the kit or not. Like I said, everything you need to know is linked below, but I know you get the same type of stuff. So here's all the cutoffs. You get some squares, which are perfect for little tuck spots, and then I actually made extra pages and journaling cards with the bigger scraps, which you'll see me do in the video. This is the longest video I have ever done, and it's going to be one epic voiceover, that's for sure. So those are all the scraps. Then she has paper clipped together. There's 2 playing cards, this gorgeous butterfly, a couple tags, some small pieces of notebook paper. There's some pink graph paper with that floral print on the top, and a time card. I'm sorry if you hear me drinking water periodically. Like I said, it's going to be a long voiceover. And then there's extra pages she's included. They're really fun. This one in my kit was a bird page, which was really cool. I like the bird eggs on it and the nests. I thought that was a nice touch. This gorgeous black and white floral paper. I'm not really a floral person, but I loved this paper. So I was really excited to put that in the kit, in my journal. Then there are a couple of dictionary pages, there we go, and a music sheet. Then she gives you a ephemera pack. There's a glassine bag, which of course you can use in the journal. And there are all kinds of things. There's a full sheet of word stickers, which I thought was awesome. You know how much I love word stickers. There's an envelope that she has already colored with some sprays, it looks like, to include in the journal to coordinate. Another dictionary page, and this kit is great if you aren't good at putting colors together like me. And then there were some library type card ephemeras or order blank. There were a ton of little tags, which was awesome. In the one that looked like a library card. I had so much fun using all the little tags in the journal. And then there were a bunch of floral bits and a couple birds and such. So that's what the kit looks like, and let's see what I created with it. So there I was showing you the cover. I took the papers and I flipped a lot of them around. Even though she folded them one way, I played with them folded different ways. So I decided to make the blue of that paper the outside, and this is me just flipping through papers, folding them different ways, seeing what would work, and this is how I put a journal together anyway. So I thought I wanted to make a page with these two pieces of paper. I end up not using it as a page, but I do use it in the journal, of course. I really tried to use absolutely everything in the kit. This was a really fun challenge for me, and I didn't use anything of my own except for one or two things, which you'll see. But they were mostly tools, so I say they don't count. So again, just flipping through, stacking my papers on top of each other. I think it's cool to see how people work and decide where they want their papers to go, so I tried to leave as much of this footage whole as possible. I'm going to make that little fold over flap a tuck spot for sure. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with that envelope, and I don't do that with it. But you'll see as we go along. I actually made this entire journal in one afternoon. It was a snow day here, and I spent literally all day on it. It was a lot of fun and an epic project, that's for sure. So I went to these scraps, and I took 2 scraps that were about the size of the pages, and I washi them together in the middle, front and back, so that it would create a page. Now, if you're going to do that, make sure you leave a tiny amount of space between the 2 pieces of paper so that they can fold easily, I guess. I wanted to say open and close, but that doesn't really work too well. But yeah, so then I wanted to also use this dictionary paper as a upright page instead of a sideways page. So I folded a piece of it over and stapled it to a piece of scrap paper to make 2 more pages. Like so, and then I just cut it to size. So that became its own page, which was super cool. And I did run some washi down the center to reinforce it. Then I decided to do the same thing and, oh no, I didn't. I made a pocket. Just kidding. I took one of the scraps and I cut the dictionary page down to size and I made like a long pocket. I took my circle punch and punched some holes so that I could put the 2 tags on it. Here I'm just deciding which piece of scrap I want to do it with. So here I just folded it in half, stuck the center lines together and made a pocket. Look at that. So I also recommend using a pretty strong adhesive if you're going to tape it onto the metallic side, because mine did come up several times, but it's an easy fix. Then I used the paper that matched the scraps to kind of tie it all together. I decided to marry this envelope with this scrap piece here to make yet another page. But the adhesive was kind of gone on the envelope, so I just used an extra tape runner bit there and that was fine. When I just did that, I realized that I had forgotten to cut a few of the pages to size, so I will do that later on. And then I knew I wanted to make a pocket on the center page, so I took the tissue paper and I cut it roughly to the right size, and then I tore the top so that it wasn't just like a straight pocket, looked more like a natural pocket, which was cool. I liked that effect. And then I just taped it around the edges, and of course when you sew your binding in the middle, it will automatically create that center fold pocket, so I don't put adhesive in the middle. I did have to kind of guess with the double-sided tape, but it worked out. I did get the tissue paper a little off center, but you know me, I just kind of roll with it. So there we go. I've gotten all my things together. I trimmed them down off camera. I used 2 giant paper clips to paper clip them together, and I'm just going to do a quick pamphlet-like stitch. So I poked 3 holes, didn't measure too much, just kind of eyeballed it. And then I used the brown twine and a doll needle to bind it all together. If you need help binding your book, I will leave my binding tutorial in a little iCard in the corner, or you can look one up. But yeah, I figured this would not be a good video to give you a tutorial in because it's already so long, and I recently did one, so no big deal. So I'm just tying it off. I thought it would, I do have other binding thread, but I thought it would be cool to use the burlap, not the burlap, the twine, since it is a junk journal and I'm trying to use everything in the kit. It worked perfectly. It was beautiful. So here I'm just doing a quick flip of what I have so far. I really like how it came together and how I married the pieces together. As you can see, I've already incorporated a couple little tuck spots, but now I will go on to start decorating the inside. Oh no, I wanted to create a closure. I've never done a closure before. Well, that's not true. I did on my December daily with a brad closure, but I've never done like a lace closure or anything. So I decided to take my crocodile and a few of my own eyelets, I believe is what they're called. So this is one of the only supplies of my own that I used. And I put the lace through the hole and then put the eyelet over it and used my crocodile to seal it in there. And then I measured about half and cut it and put the other half on the back using the same process. And I really like how it came out. I thought it was super cool. I want to try and make another journal kind of like this using my own supplies. I think it would be a cool like journal to take with me on a trip because everything's kind of already decorated and I would just have to put photos in and stuff. Then I took this clear pocket, she gave me 2 of them, and I wanted to make the pocket on the front here kind of like a intro this journal belongs to type spot. So I put that piece of ephemera down because, as you know, it's a clear pocket. So I thought it was cool that you could see it through there. And then I put in one of the mini notebook sheets and I used this butterfly ephemera piece to staple on the top as a tab. And I really like how it all looked. I thought it looked awesome. And a great first page, as you could say. Next, I decided I wanted to use that dimensional butterfly as a paper clip. So I just added some glue to the back of it and took one of the paper clips from the kit. I held it there for a few seconds so that the glue would kind of set a little bit, and then I set it aside to dry. Next, I took this wood grain piece that matched the scrapbook paper and I just stapled it to make a little tuck spot there. And I decided to cut the time card so that it would fit in that middle pocket. Then I took some of the green twine and put it through the hole on that tag and stapled it so that it would stay in place. And from this point on, it's kind of all the same, kind of decorating, creating journaling cards and tuck spots. This part was so much fun. Like I said, I've never made a journal in this style before. I always decorate as I go, so it was really cool to try something new. I took the cutoff from the dictionary paper and glued it to the back of one of these scraps. And then it trimmed it and it makes a giant journaling card. I used the one with the ledger on the other side because I thought that would be good. And then I took a piece of the pink lace and made a little tab that I stapled to the top. It's like a pull tab, which I thought looked super cool. You know me and my tabs. Next, I wanted to work on the front a little bit. I really like this wood grain paper and the blue butterfly tag, so I wanted to create a collage. I thought I was going to use the wrapping paper, but I ended up not. It just seemed like too much. I really wanted the cover to be simple. So I punched a hole in the tag and used another one of the eyelets with my crocodile so that it would match the closure on the front. And then I stuck some twine through it just to make it a little dimensional in the front, but not so much that it was annoying or anything. And then I just looked at the phrase sticker and chose a wonderful trip, because life is a wonderful trip in general, but if I just chose to use it on a trip, which I never go on, so I don't know why I'm pretending that I'm going to go on this trip and bring this journal with me, but you never know, you never know. So I stuck that word sticker on there with this tag. Then I thought I was going to use that on the cover, but I ended up using it on the back inside cover as another place where, like, this journal belongs to. It's just the top cut off of the time card where it says name and date, I think. So here I'm just clipping some ephemera in. I do move that piece, I believe, but then I wanted to try and use the pin here, and I wanted to hang something off of it. Those holes were already in there, so I just took some of the lace and folded it over and stapled it onto the pin, and I thought that was cool. It's just a little piece to touch that hangs off, and I'm stapling that tuck spot down. And I put the rest of the lace then onto that edge, which I thought was cool. Added a little something to the tuck spot there. And stuck one of the ephemera pieces in as a journaling card. There's that gorgeous black and white paper. So here I am, just pondering, looking at it, trying to see what I have left. My desk is a complete disaster at this point. So I put another one of the pins on, and I had saved a lace piece cut off for this one as well. So I stapled that on there, and I believe I put one of the buttons on there. There are two buttons, and the other one went rogue. I can see it on the desk right now as I'm working. See the pink button to the left? I have no idea what happened to it. The dog ate it. I don't know. He didn't really, because that wouldn't be safe, but I have no idea what happened to that poor button. But I probably would have put it on the other head pin. So here I am just messing around with the pink paper. I don't know why, but that gold deco edge really threw me off. I decided to use the playing cards as tuck spots, so I stapled them with some overhang hanging out of the journal, so that you could tuck something behind there, and I thought that was super cool. I really liked that. I used both cards that way, actually. Then I took this cut off of the tissue paper and glued it over the envelope flap, so you can't really tell that I patchworked that page. See, it's not really sticking. So yeah, just be careful about that. Now I'm going to work on this tag. I used a mini tag and did the same thing with the eyelets. Put another one on there, and the eyelet was actually too small for the craft tag hole, so I improvised and I just put it on the little tag, and I put some green twine through the hole, so it's like a tag on tag, which I thought was cool. Hopefully I'll come back on camera sometime soon, Leanne. Would be good. There we are. And then I just put one of a kind on there and glued it down. So there's a little tag that's already kind of pre-decorated there. Then I took this scrap and I decided to make a journaling spot with it. I rounded the corners with my corner rounder, and then I used this floral piece here. Just glued it down and cut the excess off, and I used some more of the word stickers. This one says beautiful love, I think. And then I took one of the scraps and made a little tab per usual. Stapled that on there. My tiny attacher is my best friend. It saved me in this project for sure. And then I took the front of that napkin and wanted to glue it onto the back of another one of the scraps to make yet another journaling card. to just don't forget you have to peel off the back layers because it was a 3-ply, so I had to peel off 2 layers, and then I can use this. I just used a glue stick. I could have used gel matte medium, but I was in a hurry. Like I said, I was trying to do this all in one day, so drying time was not going to be my best friend. Oh, I didn't use a scrap. I used one of those pink pieces of paper, the grid paper. And there, I thought that looked super cool. And then I just did a little outline on it, and I'm trying to find a place to put it, probably. I took this, another tag here, and did yet again another little tag thing or whatever, tuck spot. There we go. Stapled it down, so that's a little tuck spot for that journaling card I just made, and I thought it was really cool. The pink and the butterfly matched that really well. I thought I was gonna try and do this like fan tuck spot with the tags, but it just did not look good at all, so thank goodness I abandoned that idea. Then I wanted to make something to tuck in this other pocket here. So again, I cut the gold floral piece off of the pink grid paper and just paper clipped a couple of the sheets together there, and wrapped some of that green twine around the paper clip. Now it's like a little personal journaling spot, which I thought was cool. So now I'm just flipping through to see what else needs, what other pages need some more TLC. So I took this playing card and did the same thing, made a tuck spot with some staples. Again, love how that looks. I stuck a little tag under that paper clip. Then I took this scrap piece and I trimmed it a little and stapled this ephemera piece on it, which seemed to have like a little space where you could write. So I put Be Creative Darling using the sticker sheet and stuck that in there. Continuing to use the scraps. I took my star punch and punched a star out of that paper, and I used my little one too, actually, and because I thought it would be cool to have a tuck spot that you could kind of see through, like a little peekaboo or whatever. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed doing that tuck spot. And then I actually used the star as a tab later. So that was the pink piece of paper that I thought I was going to use as a page, and I cut the gold off and used it as a layering piece for this little embellishment that I'm gluing on the front. I have to punch the hole out in the tag. I don't know what it is. It's just like this thing. I have to do it. And then I put some twine through it, and I glued that to here. So again, it's kind of, it folds out like a book, and it's kind of like a personal journaling spot that you can hide some journaling in. And I put a Happy Day sticker there. And I'm going to put it in that tuck spot right there. But first, I'm going to glue this scrap piece here and put another word sticker there probably. Yep, best day ever. And there we go. Then I decided to use, I decided to use that library card-like piece there as a tuck spot like the playing cards. And then I took this floral piece in the nameplate and did the same thing like I did on the inside of the front cover. I put the clear pocket there, and then I stuck in, eventually, I don't know if I do it right now, but I stuck in some of the cutoffs of the pink papers to use as layering elements in the journal. I folded one of my large scraps in half, stapled a tag to the top, and put keeper, so that's it's a keeper of the secrets, right? So another little private journaling spot. I kind of did the same thing here, stapled a tag on top of this scrap and used a white corner rounded it too on the bottom. Did I use a word sticker? Yes, of course I did. Ooh, did I use a couple? I don't know what it says. It says good something. Then I took the star punch out there and stapled it to the top of that scrap as like a pull-out thing, and I really liked that. I thought it looked super cool. Then I have this cut off of the pink paper, and I wanted to make a little layered card with this smaller scrap as well. So I just kind of glued them together so that they looked like one card, which I thought was cool. And I put this bird element on the back to tie it all together. It was a really cool patchwork card for sure. And there we go. I moved that piece of ephemera there, and I must be close to done. Yep. So I had one scrap of paper left, 2 mini tags, and all those word stickers, and I clipped them to the back page with the paper clip that I made so that I can use them while I'm journaling in the journal as ephemera. There we go. Yep, there we go. There's the cutoffs there, so I can use them as layering elements. I did have a little bit of twine left and, oh, the paper clip. So I'm going to put some of the twine on the paper clip. And yeah, I had so much fun making this, you guys. Like I said, it was a little different video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't worry, there is a full flip through of the journal right here for you. Yeah, I just think it's so cool. I've never done something like this before. So if you're interested in the kit, I will leave everything you need to know in the description box below. Yeah, I hope that if you wanted one, you'll get to snag one. I think it would be cool to do another design team like thing again. So hopefully that will be an opportunity for me in the future. But I hope even if you don't get a kit that this gave you some ideas. Like I said, it's my first junk journal, so like this, so don't take it as the way you should do it, but with a grain of salt as some inspiration per usual. I will leave you guys with the rest of the flip. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you made it through the entire video and this far, thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I will catch you guys next time.